The V8 engine is dying. Major automakers have already pulled the plug on some of the most iconic V8 cars in history, and the survivors are getting picked off one by one. By 2030, the showroom V8 will be nearly extinct. Anyone who has dreamed of owning that rumble in the driveway has a very short window left, and 5 specific cars are the smartest buys on the market today. These 5 are not just fast, they are tomorrow's collector cars hiding in plain sight on today's lots. But first, here is the question every gearhead is asking. Why is the V8 actually dying? The answer is a stack of forces all pressing in at once. Government emission standards have tightened across Europe, the United States, and China. Carbon dioxide limits per vehicle have dropped year after year. The 2025 EU rules made V8 sedans almost impossible to sell at scale. The 2026 US fuel economy standard pushed average mileage requirements higher than any V8 powered 4-door can hit without massive penalties. Electric drivetrains are now faster, quieter, and cheaper to build at scale. Even the trucks are switching. Ford has shifted the F-150 lineup toward hybrids. Ram has dropped the Hemi from key trims. Chevy has done the same. The V8 is being smothered from every direction. So which 5 cars should serious buyers chase right now before the door closes? Car number 5 on the list is the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Dodge officially ended production of the gas-powered Challenger lineup in late 2023, and the final Hellcat editions sold within weeks. Today, the second-hand market is the only way in. A 2018 Hellcat with low miles can still be found in the mid-40 OO South. A 2023 Last Call edition is already trading north of $100,000. The supercharged 6.2-liter V8 makes between 717 and 807 horsepower, depending on the trim. Hellcats will appreciate, they are already collector pieces. What about cars built to drift around a track and look like art doing it? That leads to car number 4. Car number 4 is the Chevrolet Camaro SS, especially the 2020 for Collector Edition. Chevy ended the 6th generation Camaro at the end of 2020 with no immediate replacement on the horizon. The SS comes with a 6.2-liter LT1 V8 making 455 horsepower. The 1LE track package adds magnetic suspension, sticky tires, and aggressive aero. The 2020 for Collector's Edition was limited in production and is already climbing on the used market. Buyers in 2025 paid stickers in the high 50 OO South. By 2027, those same cars are expected to clear 80,000 in clean condition. Then comes the question every Ford fan is shouting, what about the Mustang? Car number 3 is the Ford Mustang GT and the Mustang Dark Horse. Ford did the rare thing here. They kept the V8 alive longer than almost any competitor. The 2024 and 2025 S650 generation Mustang GT runs a 5.0-liter Coyote V8 making 480 horsepower in standard trim. The Dark Horse trim pushes that to 500 horsepower and adds Brembo brakes, Tremec manual transmission, and serious track gear. Ford has committed to electric Mustangs and hybrid pony cars by the end of the decade. The clock on the gas Mustang GT is ticking. Used Dark Horse models are already trading above sticker. Now the list shifts into rarer territory. What about the Cadillacs that almost nobody talks about? Car number 2 is the Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing. This is the most underrated muscle sedan in the world. It has a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 making 668 horsepower, paired with an available 6-speed manual transmission. A 4-door sedan with a stick shift and that much power simply does not exist anywhere else on the planet. Cadillac has confirmed that this is the last Blackwing of its kind. The next CT5V will be electric. In the collector world, this car is being whispered about the same way the BMW E39 M5 was whispered about in the early 2000s. Buyers who picked up an E39 M5 for $25,000 then are sitting on cars worth over $80,000 today. But the king of the list sits at number 1, and here is the surprise. Car number 1 is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 with the flat-plane crank V8. This Z06 is built around a hand-assembled 5.5-liter LT6 V8 that spins to 8,600 RPM and makes 670 horsepower with no turbos and no superchargers. It is the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 ever put into a production car from a mass automaker. Chevy is rapidly moving the Corvette family toward hybrid and full electric drivetrains. The ERA hybrid is already on the road. The all-electric Corvette is coming in 2027. That makes the current Z06 a true historical car. Allocations are tight, dealer markups are real, and prices are not going to fall. So what makes a V8 worth holding for the long run? Why will these 5 appreciate while others sink? 3 rules separate winners from losers. Rule 1 is rarity. A car needs limited production or a specific trim that was hard to get. Rule 2 is the last of its kind story. Collectors love endings. A car that is the last with a manual, the last with a naturally aspirated engine, or the last under a certain badge will always carry value. Rule 3 is condition. Original paint, low miles, full service records, and clean ownership history can double the value of to otherwise identical cars. Every car on this list checks all 3 boxes. The V8 is not dying because it failed. It is dying because the rules changed. The era that gave the world Hellcats, Coyotes, Blackwings, and Z06 South is closing. Future generations will hear those engines only at car shows and on video clips. The drivers who bought in today will own a piece of automotive history. The ones who waited will spend twice as much later, if they can find one at all. So what are the rules every smart beer needs to follow before walking into a dealership? 3 rules separate the people who make money on these cars from the people who lose money on them. Rule 1 is mileage. A V8 muscle car with under 10,000 miles per year of age tends to hold its value. A car with 25,000 miles per year of age does not. A 2020 Hellcat with 80,000 miles is not the same investment as a 2020 Hellcat with 18,000 miles, even if the asking price looks similar. Rule 2 is paint and panels. Original factory paint and touched is gold. A repaint can shave 20% off resale value. Or paint plus body damage on a Carfax can shave 40%. The smart move before any deal is to run the VIN through Carfax and AutoCheck, then have a paint thickness meter checked on every panel. If this list helped a future beer dodger regret, hit subscribe so the next car video lands first in your feed. Drop a like to push this to gearheads who still believe in Big NG.